You're not bad with money, you were trained to be. Wake up. Picture this. It's 11:07 p.m. The lights are off. Your phone is the only thing lighting up the room. You open your retirement account one more time, even though you already checked it last week. £84,372. You stare at the number for a few seconds. Then the same calculation begins. If I retire in 20 years, if I keep saving this much, if the market doesn't crash, will this actually be enough? You subtract today's balance from the number you think you'll need. The gap still looks enormous. You lock your phone. 5 minutes later, you unlock it again and repeat the exact same calculation, hoping the answer somehow feels different. It never does. That quiet moment happens in millions of homes every night. Not because people are lazy, not because they don't care, because nobody ever taught them the rules that make retirement feel predictable instead of terrifying. Now compare that with Marcus from accounting. Marcus never chased hot stocks. He never bragged about crypto. He never tried to retire by 35. For more than 20 years, he simply followed a handful of financial rules he refused to break. Today, market headlines don't keep him awake. A recession doesn't make him panic. His retirement account grows quietly in the background while he gets on with his life. The difference between those two people isn't intelligence, it isn't income, and it definitely isn't luck. It's a small set of non-negotiable rules followed consistently over decades. In this video, we're going to break down those rules, one by one. No hype, no complicated financial jargon, no promises of getting rich overnight. Just the timeless habits that quietly separate people who spend retirement worrying about money from those who spend it enjoying their lives. Section 1. The numbers tell a story that many people never hear until it is too late. If you are around 40 years old, many financial experts say you should have saved about 3 times your yearly salary for retirement. By 50, that goal grows to about 6 times your yearly salary. These are not magic numbers, but they are useful guideposts that help people see if they are on track. The problem is that many people are nowhere near those targets. Studies in several developed countries have found that many workers in their 40s have only about half of what they should have saved. In simple terms, they are often facing a 50% savings shortfall. Instead of having 3 years of salary saved, they may have only 1.5. That gap may not seem frightening at first. After all, life gets busy. There are bills to pay, children to raise, holidays to plan, and unexpected costs that always seem to appear at the worst time. So people tell themselves they will catch up next year. Then, next year becomes the year after that. Before they know it, 10 years have passed. The biggest danger is not spending too much on one expensive purchase. It is losing time. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. Every year that passes without saving enough means your money has fewer years to grow. That means you have to save much more later just to reach the same goal. Think about 2 friends. One starts saving at 30. The other waits until 40. The second person has only 10 fewer years. But those missing years can make a huge difference because their money misses years of steady growth. That is why retirement planning is not really about guessing the future. It is about giving your money enough time to work for you. The good news is that a gap is not the same as failure. A gap simply tells you where you are today. It does not decide where you will end up. Many people have closed large retirement gaps by following simple rules year after year. They did not rely on luck. They did not wait for a higher salary or the perfect time to start. They simply stopped delaying the decision. And that first decision, to begin now instead of later, is the rule that makes every other retirement rule possible. Section 2. The first rule is simple. Pick a savings percentage and never break it. Not when life feels easy. Not when you get a pay rise. And not when you tell yourself, I'll save more next month. The number matters less than the habit. For many people, a good place to start is 15% of every paycheck. Let's make that real. Imagine Sarah earns £3,000 each month after tax. The day her pay arrives, she does not ask what is left at the end of the month. She saves first. 15% of £3,000 is £450. That money goes straight into her retirement savings. Now she has £2,550 left. Her rent is £900. She now has £1,650. Her food costs £350. She has £1,300. Her bills and transport cost £500. Now she has £800. She spends £200 on other needs. She still has £600 for the rest of the month. Notice something important. Sarah did not save what was left over. She built the rest of her life around the amount she decided to save. That is the difference. Most people spend first and hope there is something left. People who retire with confidence save first and adjust their spending to fit what remains. Some months will feel tight. An unexpected bill may appear. A friend may invite you on an expensive trip. You may even be tempted to skip your savings just this once. That is exactly why this rule matters. If your savings rate changes every time life gets busy, it is no longer a rule. It is only a wish. Your future does not need perfect timing. It needs steady action. Even if you cannot start at 15% today, start with a number you can keep. It could be 5%, 8%, or 10%. The important part is making it untouchable, because every paycheck is a choice. You can pay your future first, or you can keep hoping there will be more left next month. For most people, next month never comes. It simply becomes another reason to wait. Section 3. The second rule is just as important. Know how much you can safely take from your retirement savings. Many people believe that once they retire, they can spend as much as they want because they have a large savings account. That is one of the biggest mistakes people make. A common guide used by many financial planners is called the 4% rule. It is simple. In your first year of retirement, you withdraw about 4% of your savings. Then you adjust that amount over time as prices change. This rule is not a promise. Markets can go up or down, but it gives you a helpful starting point. Let's see what that looks like. If you retire with £250,000, then 4% is about £10,000 a year. If you retire with £500,000, then 4% is about £20,000 a year. If you retire with £1 million, then 4% is about £40,000 a year. Retirement savings, about 4% per year, £250,000, £10,000, £500,000, £20,000. Someone with £500,000 may think, I'm rich. But taking £100,000 every year would empty that money very quickly. The safer amount is closer to £20,000 a year, not £100,000. That is why building a large retirement fund matters so much. The size of your savings decides the size of the income it can support. This rule also teaches another lesson. Retirement is not about reaching one big number and forgetting about it. It is about creating an income that can last for many years. The goal is not to spend everything. The goal is to make sure your money keeps working even after you stop working. When people understand this, they stop asking how much money do I want to have. They begin asking a better question. How much yearly income will my savings safely provide? That one question can completely change the way you plan for retirement. Section 4. Some people will disagree with everything you have heard so far. They will say, I don't need strict rules. I understand money. I can adjust as I go. That is a fair point. In fact, many experienced investors do exactly that. Instead of taking the same amount every year, they change their spending based on how their investments are doing. If the market has a great year, they may spend a little more. If the market falls, they spend less and give their savings time to recover. Research has shown that this kind of flexible plan can work well for people who stay disciplined and pay close attention to their finances. But there is one big challenge. You have to make good decisions every single year. You have to avoid spending too much after a strong market. You have to stay calm when the market drops. And you have to be honest with yourself about what you can truly afford. That sounds simple. In real life, it is much harder. People are emotional. When investments rise, it is easy to believe the good times will last forever. When they fall, it is easy to panic and make the wrong choice. That is why so many people struggle. Even when they know what they should do, rules remove many of those emotional decisions. Instead of asking, how much should I save this month? The answer is already decided. Instead of asking, should I spend more because my account is growing? The rule reminds you to stay patient. Think of it like driving. An experienced driver may know when it is safe to slow down or speed up. But road signs still exist for a reason. They help people stay safe, especially when conditions change. Money works the same way. If you have years of experience, enjoy studying investments, and can stay calm during every market crash, a flexible plan may work well for you. But for most people, simple rules are not a weakness. They are a strength. They protect you from your worst decisions. Because the greatest danger to your retirement is often not the market. It is making one emotional choice at the wrong time. Section 5. The idea sounds strong at first. If you are disciplined, why would you ever need fixed money rules? But that argument quietly depends on one big assumption. It assumes your discipline stays the same no matter what life throws at you. Real life does not work that way. People do not make money decisions in perfect conditions. They make them after losing a job, after a surprise hospital bill, during a market crash, after a business fails, after months of stress and poor sleep. These are the moments that test every financial plan. Research in behavioral economics shows that stress changes how people think. When the brain feels pressure, it focuses on solving today's problem instead of protecting tomorrow. Long-term plans suddenly seem less important. Quick relief becomes more attractive than smart decisions. That is why even experienced investors sometimes sell during market crashes, even when they know prices may recover. Fear feels stronger than logic. The plan they trusted in calm times disappears under pressure. The same thing happens with spending. Someone who normally saves every month may begin using savings for things that are not true emergencies. Another person may stop investing because the news sounds frightening. None of these choices happen because they suddenly became careless. They happen because stress changes behavior. Rules act like guardrails on a dangerous road. You hope you never need them. But when the road becomes slippery, they stop one mistake from becoming a disaster. This is why pilots use checklists even after thousands of flights. Surgeons follow clear procedures before every operation. The most skilled people still rely on systems because they know human judgment becomes less reliable under pressure. Money works the same way. A simple rule like never spend your emergency fund on wants removes the need to argue with yourself when emotions are high. A rule to keep investing each month, even when markets fall, protects you from fear making the decision instead. The question is not whether you are disciplined today. The real question is whether your discipline will stay just as strong on the hardest day of your financial life. That is exactly when good rules become most valuable. Section 6. The third rule is simple. Automate every good money habit you can. Do not depend on motivation. Do not wait until you feel ready. Build a system that works even when you are busy, tired, or distracted. This rule matters because willpower is limited. Psychologists have found that making many decisions throughout the day can reduce the mental energy you have left for later choices. This is often called decision fatigue. As that mental energy drops, people are more likely to take the easiest option instead of the best one. That is why so many people promise to save money at the start of the month, but reach the end with nothing left. Each day brings another spending choice, another excuse, and another reason to wait until next month. Automation removes those daily battles. Instead of asking yourself whether you should save, the money moves automatically. Instead of trying to remember your investment date, it happens without you thinking about it. Good habits continue, even when life becomes busy. The results are powerful. Studies of workplace retirement plans have shown that when employees are enrolled automatically, far more people keep saving than when they must sign up on their own. Many people intend to save, but intention often loses to delay. Automation turns a good plan into real action. This is one reason wealthy people often build systems instead of depending on self-control. They know that every decision you remove is one less chance to make a mistake. You can use this rule in many parts of your financial life. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings account the day your income arrives. Automate your monthly investments. Schedule your bill payments so you avoid late fees. Make your best financial choices happen before you have the chance to spend that money somewhere else. Think of automation as paying your future self first. Once the system is in place, success no longer depends on having a perfect day or a strong mood. The best money habits are not the ones you remember to do. They are the ones that happen even when you forget. That is the quiet power of automation. Section 7. Breaking a money rule often feels harmless in the moment. The real cost usually stays hidden for years. That is why small choices can lead to very large losses over time. One common mistake is taking money out of your retirement savings early. It may solve today's problem, but it also removes years of future growth. Imagine withdrawing £10,000 that could have stayed invested for 30 years. If it earned an average annual return of 8%, that money could have grown to more than £100,000. A short-term decision could cost you nearly £90,000 in future wealth. Another costly mistake is ignoring an employer's retirement match. If your employer offers to match part of your pension contribution and you do not join, you are turning down free money. For example, if your employer adds £2,000 each year and you skip it for 20 years, you miss £40,000 in direct contributions. Once investment growth is added, the total loss could be much higher. Then there is lifestyle creep. This happens when every pay rise leads to higher spending instead of higher saving. A bigger house, a newer car, or more expensive holidays slowly become normal. If someone gets a £300 monthly pay rise but spends all of it instead of investing it, they lose a powerful chance to build wealth. Investing that £300 every month for 30 years at an average annual return of 8% could grow to well over £400,000. None of these mistakes feel dramatic when they happen. They often seem small, reasonable, or even deserved. But money grows through time, and every pound you remove today is a pound that cannot keep working for you tomorrow. This is why financial rules matter so much. They protect you from choices that seem harmless, but quietly steal years of progress. A single broken rule may not ruin your future, but breaking the same rule again and again can delay retirement, reduce financial freedom, and make your goals much harder to reach. The price of breaking good money rules is rarely paid today. It is usually paid many years later, when there is no easy way to earn that lost time back. Section 8. Think back to the person from the beginning of this chapter. It is late at night. The room is quiet. The phone is in their hand. They open their bank account, waiting for that familiar feeling of worry. But this time, something is different. There is no fear, no guessing, no panic. Not because they became rich overnight, not because they found a secret investment or won the lottery. The difference is that they stopped depending on hope and started following simple rules. The emergency fund is there because they refused to spend it on wants. Their savings and investments kept growing because they stayed invested, even when the market felt scary. Their money moved automatically every month, so good habits happened without needing perfect discipline. Nothing about these rules is exciting. That is exactly why they work. If you remember nothing else from this chapter, remember these 3 rules. Protect your emergency fund. Never spend it on anything that is not a true emergency. Stay invested. Do not let fear or headlines push you into making emotional decisions. Automate your money. Let your savings, investing, and bill payments happen without relying on willpower. Take a screenshot of those 3 rules. Save them where you will see them often. They are simple enough to remember, but powerful enough to change the direction of your financial life. Most people spend years looking for the perfect strategy. They read more books, watch more videos, and wait for the right moment to begin. The truth is much simpler. Wealth is rarely built by making one brilliant decision. It is built by making the same good decisions again and again. One day, you will check your balance without that heavy feeling in your chest. You will not wonder if you made another mistake or worry about what surprise is waiting for you. You will simply look at the numbers, smile quietly, and put your phone away. That peaceful moment does not begin with more money. It begins with better rules.